Now you may have heard of a lost media called Hirogata. It's an unconfirmed Japanese PSA about railroad safety. That search is pretty popular, and there are some amazing videos on YouTube covering it. But did you know? There is another lost Japanese PSA, and unlike Hirogata, there is solid proof that this one actually exists. In the early 2000s, reports on Japanese forums and discussion boards would start popping up talking about a PSA people saw in Tokyo, theorized to be released by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Dubbed Joruri by the community, it's a PSA against what's known in English as a catch sale. It's a type of scam in which vulnerable people are lured to a secluded location under the pretense of a sale or business deal and promptly extorted for money or robbed. The PSA takes place on a dark city street, in which a kabuki/Joruri-like doll beckons a passerby, saying, "Here, here." When the man approaches the doll, there is a sound of wood clapping, and the puppet's face suddenly switches to a frightening, demonic appearance. Words to the effect of, "Come on," are then spoken or shown on screen, followed by a text overlay that translates roughly to, "Let's never keep up with catch sales," or something to that extent. There are many accounts from 2channel, a Japanese version of 4chan, of people recalling this commercial. Some have slight differences, but nevertheless, the theme is the same. Now, I mentioned earlier how there was proof of this PSA existing. In the 1980s and 1990s, commercial yearbooks were published in Japan. These contained screen caps and crew listings from various different commercials and PSAs. These ones were scoured through when looking for Hirogata to no success. The following PSA listing was found in a 1992 commercial yearbook. It was called Campaign to Expel Malicious Business Practices, with the name of the PSA, Karakuri-da, and was commissioned by authorities in Aichi Prefecture. Which is kinda strange. Most of the people described how this commercial was made by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, which would not air in the Aichi Prefecture. Which means there's now 2 PSAs to find. Or well, there was, until the original Joruri commercial was found in 2022.
誘い言葉が売り言葉。怖い話に変わります。電話やハガキによる呼び出しに注意しましょう。
That leaves us with this, the Aichi Prefecture version. The original poster translates the text beneath to include phrases such as face of Hanya and bad business method. Hanya refers to the mask used, which represents a jealous female demon. There's also a staff list, and I'm unsure if anyone has contacted these people. I think there's a much better chance of finding this PSA than Hirogata, since we have a lot more information. And now, I will leave you with this amazing recreation of the Aichi Prefecture version.
こちらへ。おいで。
誘い言葉が売り言葉。キャッチセールスに注意しましょう。
On January 2020, Reddit user Tonsta H made posts on various subreddits discussing how they own curtains containing fabrics covered with illustrations of 8 different celebrities, and since they had owned it for many years now, they were looking to find out who each of the people were. Since the initial posts, people quickly started to identify the celebrities as well as the original source photos. However, the identity of one of the illustrations, now nicknamed Celebrity Number 6, has remained a mystery, with users attempting to find the source photo to find out who they are. The first photo, Celebrity 1, is of Adriana Lima, a model for Victoria's Secret. Celebrity 2 is Josh Holloway, known for being in the TV show Lost. Celebrity number 3 is once again Adriana Lima. Celebrity number 4 is Jessica Alba, famous for appearing in multiple movies and television shows. Celebrity 5 is confirmed to be Travis Fimmel, a model and actor. Celebrity 7 is Ian Somerhalder, who is also known for being in Lost. And finally, Celebrity 8 is Orlando Bloom. He was in Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean. That just leaves us with celebrity number 6. Despite many search efforts by Reddit, no one could figure out who this person was. In fact, they couldn't even tell if this was a man or a woman. A poll resulted in most people thinking this was a woman. And as the search was getting more popular, a subreddit was made, and people started to dig real deep. Many suggestions were made as to who the identity of this person was. For example, model Olga Surova, with a photo of her appearing at the 2007 Olympus Fashion Week, detailing how she shares some facial similarities with the illustration. Someone else pointed out actor Taylor Kitsch, which I'll admit is pretty close. But those aren't the only ones. There's actually a whole list of people suggested to be Celebrity 6. Way too many to count. But there hasn't been an exact match like the other ones. People have even tried to render the image to look more realistic to see if they could better match the image with a real person. Now, the fabric was seen to be sold by the Latky Mraz company in the Czech Republic. Their vendors include Robert Kaufman, Michael Miller, and Clothworks, who are all American manufacturers. When contacted, Clothworks and Michael Miller said it was not produced by either of them. Robert Kaufman replied, "Unfortunately, we cannot disclose the names of our designers," which is odd if you ask me, considering they have an entire tab on their website dedicated to listing their designers. In a comment, Tonsta H mentioned how the store they bought it from was Antilla, which had gone bankrupt, but a webback of the website in 2009 shows a product page of figures with 2 colors, turquoise and purple. The community is pretty confident this is the name of the original fabric. Eventually, someone contacted a supplier which has a red variant on their website. They said, "Hey, just wondering if you have any info on this fabric. More specifically, who is on the fabric?" They replied, "Unfortunately, even the supplier does not know who is on the fabric. The fabric was made by a designer who no longer works there, but we asked to contact them, and this is the answer." I asked the designer who it was, and she didn't remember. Only that all of the characters from the design are coming out of Hello magazine from summer 2015, so it remains a bit of a mystery. When tagged, Tonsta confirmed the fabric was before 2015. This means that the supplier of the fabric currently could not have gotten the photos from a summer 2015 edition of Hello, which is kinda strange. Either they lied, maybe they didn't care, or they misspoke somehow. Another person on Reddit would spend a little over a week going through every single photo taken by the photographers who took the other photos. They went on Getty Images from 1998 to 2007, the time frame of the photos. And their conclusion, well, there wasn't an exact match, and they're fairly certain the picture is not on Getty Images like the others, but somewhere else on the internet. There are tons of theories I can go over, like how they might be the designer herself, that they're holding a gun, the designer did a bad job or didn't care enough, but I think I've mentioned enough. If you're interested, go visit the Celebrity Number 6 subreddit. Utaho No Tatari 2 is a Japanese horror RPG maker game. You may be familiar with those. They're pretty popular and known for their distinct pixelated graphics, top-down view, and a lot of reading. But make no mistake, there's some of the scariest games out there. I used to watch a ton of these as a kid, and the one that really freaked me out the most was The Crooked Man. Anyways, Utaho No Tatari 2 came out in 2013, and is centered around a young girl experiencing strange paranormal phenomena after forgetting her phone at the office. Worst of all, she can't figure out what's happened with her mother, causing her to spiral. The game has a creepy atmosphere as you explore a mansion, but the main scares come from these creepy realistic photos that pop out at you, and it gives a really good contrast to the pixelated graphics all around us. But there's one moment in particular that's pretty disturbing. It happens when you walk along the outside, going through a certain gate. Let me clear up something first. Despite looking like one, this is not a glitch. It's a part of the game. The image shows up multiple times in the files, and I'm pretty sure you can encounter this image again later towards the end. Now, I didn't just show you this to spook you out or anything. Well, no, I did, but I want to focus on the actual image. More specifically, where it came from. It looks like a dead body, and I think that's what's implied here, but where would it come from? I don't know if you're familiar with Hong Kong 97. It's another game, and it has something similar when you hit the game over screen. I'm not going to show it because it's actually a real body, but for the longest time, no one knew if it was real or not, or from a movie. But the same image was found in a film called Death Follow Yellow. It's about war, and the guy ended up being a real victim from the Bosnian Civil War. And it has me thinking if this is also from a movie. It looks zoomed in, it has pretty bad quality, and the camera is set at a weird angle, and this has been suggested many times before. Someone mentioned how it looked like a character from the 2008 movie Lake Mungo, a frame from The Impossible 2012, a cheesy 80s Japanese movie, and The Slit-Mouthed Woman. But the one that convinced me the most was The Slit-Mouthed Woman. It's a Japanese urban legend about a slit-mouthed woman who, upon your encounter with her, will ask you if she's pretty. If you say no, then she will kill you with a pair of scissors. If you say yes, she leaves you alive but horribly disfigured, as she cuts your mouth from ear to ear. An edited version of the image shows a much clearer picture. There's what seems to be blood on the cheek, and some dark shadows around her mouth. It's also a little bit hard to tell, but it kinda looks like she has her left eye open. It definitely wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that this woman came from one of these movies, or at least another Japanese movie. I mean, the Hong Kong 97 picture came from a Japanese Mondo film. But without any substantial evidence, the only thing we can do is speculate. It definitely makes this jump scare scarier, because it very well could be a dead body. SpongeBob Town, also known as SpongeBob SquarePants Online, was an online multiplayer game developed by Blue Arc Global and published by Giga Media Limited. The game developed throughout 2011 and 2012 and had one open test between October 25th through 27th, 2012. The game was set to release in 2013. SpongeBob Town was first announced on June 9th, 2010. Due to a partnership with South Korean-based Blue Arc Global and Nickelodeon Asia to create a massively multiplayer online game. The Vice President of Digital for MTV Networks Asia stated in a press release announcing the game, partnering with Giga Media on the development of a SpongeBob SquarePants MMOG allows us to bring the residents of Bikini Bottom into a whole new world, one that is tremendously popular in Asia and presents unlimited creative and business opportunities for the franchise. The game was known in development as SpongeBob SquarePants Online, later changed to SpongeBob Town for its release. It was developed throughout 2011 and 2012. During this time, you had some really popular kid MMOs like Club Penguin, Pop Tropica, and Toontown. On the official Blue Arc's website, we were given a premise of the game. The mayor's dark scheme has separated the city of Plankton into a huge explosion. Mr. Krabs, seeing the big cash opportunity, gathers up people for a reconstruction business. SpongeBob Online brings the world of SpongeBob to a MMO game experience. It's a social platform where many players can interact with each other while enjoying diverse games together. On October 25th through 27th, the game had a closed technical beta test, and with these tests, it was shown that the game was pretty much done and was seeming to be released soon. A second technical test was planned, with even more content to be added. But out of nowhere, sometime after the first test, the game was cancelled. No official statement was ever given by Blue Arc, Giga Media, or Nickelodeon on why the game was cancelled. And just like that, people never got to experience the world of SpongeBob Town in its entirety. The only things we have are promo trailers and footage from the 3-day technical test. From the trailers, we were given a glimpse of what we were able to do in the SpongeBob farm. We were able to customize our character with many different outfits. We could customize the town, rebuilding what Plankton had destroyed, and we were able to use the structures. The rest of the trailer shows us a racing minigame similar to Mario Kart. Another trailer shows us that we were able to go inside our building and access each floor. There was also a pro department where you could access different stores, like clothes. Screenshots are available online. Here we can see some pictures of the farm. A better look at the pro department store. Here's one of Patrick just chilling. The inside of your house. A map of the town. And this picture of people interacting. There was also a leveling system in the game, where you would unlock more buildings, shops, and items, and I assume there would have been themes to the farm. These wallpapers show a circus and Halloween theme. Thanks to Ultimate SpongeBob 101, there's videos on YouTube on the technical test held in October, and we see a lot more about the different minigames and character customization, as well as how the farm was supposed to be played. And for some reason, when the characters talk to you, they speak in gibberish, kind of like The Sims. We were also shown an intro cutscene to the game. Honestly, I think I would have enjoyed this game as a kid. I don't know why they pulled the plug on it. They were so far into its development. My only theory is that their test failed or it didn't garner enough attention. There is a community looking for this game with an official Discord, so best of luck to them. I hope they find it. And yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.